Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled Why Being a Strong, Independent Woman Left Me Broken. Let's get right into it.
So yeah, we're independent because of y'all. It's y'all's fault. Y'all the ones who sold us that, we bought it, and now y'all mad. We that. Make it make sense. And when y'all was selling us the INDEPENDENT,
I don't need no man. I don't need no man.
Y'all also sold us the merits and the benefits of being that, right? Safety, security, stability. You got your own. You got to worry about no man. And so the reason y'all can't make all these songs selling us the opposite of being an independent woman is because you cannot live up to the merits or benefits of being a dependent woman, which means we have to depend on y'all for some things. Y'all can't stand up to that. That's why it's real quiet right now. It's crickets. I don't hear no songs about y'all want to talk about soft, feminine, agreeable women, but I don't hear no songs talking about that. But I heard all the songs in the world talking about being independent. That's because that was cool. That let y'all off the hook. You ain't have to do nothing for nobody. But where are the songs about being a dependent woman, a soft, feminine woman? I know where they at. They ain't gonna be nowhere because we can't depend on y'all for nothing. So shut up.
She's right, you know.
My friends, every day another hardcore feminist runs into her bathroom to shade that unsightly underarm hair. Somewhere, a once proud I don't need a man warrior gazes into the mirror and wonders, how can I be just a tad more approachable? Prepare yourself to see bloody boogers on discarded septum rings and yeast-infected poster girl dresses in the streets. As these brave post-war survivors swarm local Home Depots and running clubs, seeking the exclusive single man like a prize at the end of a scavenger hunt. Let us not forget their previous crimes against the patriarchy. Let the statistical data speak in our absence. For example, single women and mothers with children are the two fastest growing groups of people experiencing homelessness in the United States. Now I ask you, how could Drake or Kendrick Lamar compete with bars from HUD? For example.
You know, so many people glamorize being a parent, a single parent. I don't need a man for nothing. I could do it by myself. Let's really talk about it. Being a single parent is not for the weak-hearted. It's not something to be glamorized. It is so difficult looking your child in the face, knowing that you cannot provide what they deserve. Knowing that in order for you to provide everything that your child deserves, you have to neglect your child because you bouncing from one job, two jobs, three jobs, school. There's not enough hours in the day for you to work 2-3 jobs, go to school, and provide everything that your child needs.
And that's the sad part, because becoming a single mom increases the risk of homelessness. I don't know why people thought you could be independent, you don't need a man. It takes two to make a baby, but only one to raise one? I don't think so, right? And look, if you got to work 2 to 3 jobs, that means you don't have skilled labor, so you are unskilled human labor. And it shows that you made poor choices with the man you chose, that you're unskilled, right? The skilled woman, the woman that has skills, knows how to select a good man. A man that when it comes time to push the baby out, she's going to get a push present, right? I'm down to give a girl a push present if she's loyal, if I could depend on her to be faithful, if I could depend on her to be my peace. Yeah, I'll work with a girl, I'll provide for a girl. Man, we have no problem providing for women. But y'all chose this independent route and just chose to become single moms by bums. And now you're suffering. Not surprised.
First off, I'm gonna let her cook on this video, but you need to witness this epic crash out with minimal distraction. The tragic consequences of these delusions continue to ripple through, affecting not only their own lives, but the innocent children, whom we might call Coberlings, caught in the crossfire of their narcissism and misguided pride. The belief that they can thrive independently, or worse, raise a child without the guidance of a strong patriarch, is in the eyes of your grace, Lord Destro, a comical farce, an act of hubris laid bare.
It's so easy to fall into the demonic oppression of bitterness, hatred, unforgiveness, jealousy. wanting to unalive yourself, depression, anxiety. Nobody talks about that. Nobody comes up on here and says that you didn't have to feed your child Lipton soup and a sandwich for the 4th day in a row because your food stamps didn't come in yet. Or nobody talk about the fact that they closed your food stamp case because you started making $50 more.
No one talks about the father who, after losing his job, finds himself jailed for falling behind on his child support payment. A cruel irony, isn't it? It's funny how the system works. After these women face the heartbreak of a failed relationship with their first love, Uncle Sam, the government, they often come running back to Jesus, seeking redemption for their sins, hot girl summers, and poor choices. The church becomes their sanctuary, but only after the states have used and discarded them, leaving them no other option for salvation. This poignant cycle, full of irony and quiet tragedy, is the future of many post-war survivors. And your grace commands you not to interfere with this natural process.
Before I let her speak, Destro, I gotta ask you, man, what the hell is a Cobra link? I don't know, maybe that's some slang from somewhere in Destro land. I've never heard of it before, but I'm curious. If you guys know what a Cobra link is, let me know in the comments, all right? I want to say this, though, right? She's living a life of struggle, hardship. It's hard for her to survive. She's scraping by. She got a kid to take care of. So she needs someone to take care of her, and now she has to take care of someone else, right? This is a lot, right? But to think, if you look at the root of this entire problem, it's one thing. Pleasure, right? People are so quick to start hooking up and humping and bumping, and they don't realize that this is what lies ahead for most of them. They don't even realize it, right? They're like, oh yeah, we grown now, we adults, we're gonna rebel. Oh yeah, we're gonna rebel. We're not gonna wait till we're married to have kids and start a family and engage in intercourse. Of course not. We're gonna hook up with the young teen boy next door. Even though that dude, what I'm saying, that a girl would hook up with, let's say if she's a young single mom, he can't take care of himself. And now you're looking at him like, you ain't a man. Of course he's not a man. Of course he's not a man. What did you think, A lot of these women, if they were honest, when they chose to become mothers, they knew they weren't in a good situation. They knew they were unmarried. They knew that the man could not provide, but they still went through it. Why? It's because we have a culture of women that constantly get displayed for being pregnant, right? If you look at Instagram, there's a lot of girls, a lot of pregnancy photo shoots. I used to do pregnancy photo shoots. If you go to my Instagram, follow me on Instagram, man. Call me Shape. Go through my catalog. If you guys don't know, I used to be a model photographer for 7 years, and I got a lot of photo shoots, even some viral photo shoots of pregnancy shoots. Right? I had one shoot that did like 300,000 views on Instagram, like back in the day, which is really hard. You know what I'm saying? But it went viral because the Shade Room posted it. Anyway, my point to say is that we're so used to seeing these images of women pregnant all over social media by themselves, not even with a man, right? The whole shoot is about them and holding the belly, and a lot of them are nude, a lot of them in the river, balloons, the whole nine. And we don't think about what happens after she gives birth. And this is what happens afterwards, right? So don't let pleasure, buy you something you can't afford.
Let's talk about how lonely it is. You have nobody to relate to you because the majority of your friends, they did things the right way, right? They went to school, they got their career, they doing what they got to do. And hey, they could be a single parent, but hey, at least they got the funds to fund it, right? They're not working 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. They working one. They could switch off holidays and every other weekend.
Another myth unveiled. What are the real occupations most women hold today? According to recent U.S. labor data, these are the top 10 jobs commonly occupied by women. Number 1, teachers. Number 2, registered nurses, aka RNs. Number 3, secretaries and assistants. Number 4, customer service representatives. Number 5, nurses assistants, aka the evil CNA. Number 6, retail salespersons. Number 7, first-line supervisors of retail sales workers. Number 8, accountants and auditors. Number 9, personal care aides. And number 10, maids and housekeeping cleaners. Let us not forget the pay-for-play providers as well. Now let me ask you this. How many of these professions pay enough to sustain an entire household, especially with children on a single income? The reality is that many women who claim independence are receiving financial support, whether from the children's fathers or the government. Friends, it's time to see past the smoke screens of media and feminist rhetoric. Independence is really as simple or as self-sufficient as it is made out to be. Let's stay wise to the larger system at play.
She said one of the most important things, and that is you will have regret. And she definitely has regret, and I want to hear what she has to say more, but I kind of want to jump in and just chime in about this. Women, when you make these choices, because there's a lot of steps between you becoming a single mom and being who you are now. You know what I'm saying? Or like, let's say there's a lot of steps between where you start and becoming a single mom. You don't just become a single mom. You don't just trip and fall and now you're a single mom, right? You have to make a lot of decisions. First decision is to have unprotected intercourse, right? That's the number one decision, right? Bad decision, especially if you're very young and you're unmarried. Bad decision, right? So it's a bad decision just to have intercourse. So yeah, first thing is have intercourse. Second thing is have unprotected intercourse. Third thing is with a particular person. That's a choice too. You could have had that with anyone, but you choose this person who, if you're young, is not your husband, and it's also probably not someone you live with or provide for, right? 4, after you find out you're pregnant, you decide to go to term with pregnancy, or I should say 4, you choose not to take the morning after pill. That's another step you could take, and that could fail too, but that's another step. 5, you choose to give birth. Now, I'm pro-life. I'm for people, even if you make stupid decisions like this, I don't think the child should suffer. So I think you should have the baby. There's certain circumstances, I guess you can avoid incest, rape, the whole 9. But for the most part, I'm pro-life, right? So all these steps is what you could regret. The decision to even hook up with the guy, decision to carry forth with the pregnancy, all these things. And when you're living in a struggle and you're suffering like that, and you see everyone else going on vacation. By the way, everyone else is broke too. They're just not broke because they got a kid. They're broke because of their lifestyle. Either way, their lifestyle is traveling and broke. Your lifestyle is raising a kid, working 3 jobs and broke. So you got to choose your struggle, and you chose the hardest struggle.
Parenthood different.
Wise to the larger system at play.
You, that single parent, that 24/7, 365 single parent, is different. So you hold it up inside and you get better and better and loneliness. Then you start self-sabotaging. Destroying yourself little by little in little ways that only you notice. You think you only notice, but your kids do. Then you gotta work on not using your children as emotional punching bags. Because you hate life so much, and it's like you can't even look your kids in the eyes and have a regular conversation about cartoons because everything bothers you. That's real.
And that's the issue. Motherhood is not supposed to be trauma-hood, right? It's supposed to be an amazing, magical experience that you're sharing with your family. It's excitement. You're raising a child. And a lot of people, they're not prepared for it. So if you're not prepared to be a mother, you're not prepared to have intercourse. You're just not. Just like if you're not prepared to do the time, then you're not prepared to do the crime. So I'm not going to do no crimes I'm not prepared to do the time for. If it's for self-defense, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? If it's me or you, it's going to be you. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, am I going to go out my way and start beef and nonsense with people? Hell no. So being a single mom in many ways is like being a gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's a risk. You feel me? And you got to ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Some people grow up in that lifestyle, but some people straight up just choose it. Same thing with women. Some women came from they had crazy upbringing. So you knew they were going to be a single mom. Other women, they come from the suburbs. They wind up becoming single moms. That's crazy, right? But everybody got to choose their pain, right? I choose the pain of working out, challenging myself to earn more money, become stronger, become wiser. That's painful, right? Because there's a lot of time and energy put into becoming better as an individual, right? That's the pain I'm suffering. For people who sit back and do nothing and throw their lives away, they have the pain of suffering, as in they don't feel like they're free. They don't feel like they have any agency over themselves. That's another type of pain. So pain for everybody. To live is to suffer, and to survive is to find a meaning in suffering. It's a great book by Viktor Frankl, and you, by the way, you guys could get that book. One of my favorite reads by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search of Meaning. Right? Check out my Amazon link. You can get that book as well as some other books. Either way, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, share the video with someone you think might enjoy it. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you guys over there.